Hi there, and welcome to another Beaver Builder tutorial. In this video, we're taking a detailed look at the list module. This module is perfect for creating visually appealing lists like features, services, benefits, or quick checklists. Let's walk through how it works. First, make sure you're logged into your WordPress site and editing the page using Beaver Builder. Click the plus icon in the top right corner to open the content panel. Under the Modules tab, scroll down to the standard module group or search for List. Once you've found it, drag the List module onto your page where you want the list to appear. As soon as it's placed, the Settings panel will open. Let's start with the General tab. This is where you manage the list content itself. Each item in your list is fully customizable. Click Add List Item to begin. Each list item includes the following fields: icon. This is optional and you can choose from Font Awesome or WordPress-icons. Heading text. This acts as the title or label for the list item. If you leave this field blank, the heading won't be shown. This is helpful if you want a simpler list layout without bold titles. List item content. This is the main text area where you can add a short description or supporting content. Now let's look at the display section. This area controls how the entire list is structured and styled. First, we have the list type setting. This determines the overall style of the list and which icon options are available. Each list type comes with its own set of icons. So depending on the type you select, the available icons in the list icon field may change. Next is the list icon field. This sets a default icon for the entire list. If you don't specify an icon in an individual list item, it will automatically use the one set here. But if you want to personalize each item, you can override this in the list settings. Then you have list icon placement. This controls exactly where the icon appears in each list item. You can choose from 4 positions: left of heading, left of content, right of heading, or right of content. Try out a few options to see what best suits your layout and content. Now scroll down to the list item tag section. This is where you can control the HTML structure used for headings and content in each list item. First is the list item heading tag. This sets the wrapper tag for the heading. For example, you could choose H3 or H4. There's also the option to use a span or div tag depending on your SEO or styling needs. The heading appears above the main content within each list item. Next is the list item content tag. This sets the wrapper tag for the content text, which appears below the heading. You might leave this as a div tag, or you can switch to something else for styling or structural reasons. These options are especially helpful if you're working with custom CSS or want to make sure your HTML is semantically correct for accessibility and SEO. Next, let's go to the Style tab. This is where you control the visual appearance of the entire list and its items. Let's go through each section, starting from the top. First is List Background Color. This sets the background behind the entire list module. You can use a subtle color to help your list stand out from the rest of the content. Then we have List Padding. This controls the spacing inside the list module itself, adding space between the edge of the container and the list items. You can adjust this responsively for each screen mode. Below that is List Item Padding. This controls the internal padding around each individual item. It's useful for creating space between icons, headings, and content. Again, this is fully responsive with separate controls for each device. Next, you'll see options for applying a border around the full list. You can set the style like solid, dashed, or dotted. Choose a color and adjust the border width on all sides. There's also a radius and shadow section. This allows you to round the corners of the list container and add a soft shadow for a more elevated card-style appearance. Now scroll down to the icon style section. Here you can set icon color. This changes the icon color globally. Icon size, for adjusting the size of the icon relative to the text. Icon width. This controls how much space the icon takes up in its column. Icon padding. Set space around the icon itself. Padding is set individually for top, right, bottom, and left. And each setting can be adjusted per device. Next is the heading style section. If you're using heading text in your list items, this is where you control how those headings look. You can choose a heading color, set the font family, size, weight, and style, as well as spacing options like line height and letter spacing. There's also a text shadow section if you want to add depth or contrast to the heading text. Then we have the content style section. This controls the appearance of the list item content, the text that appears below the heading. Just like with headings, you can customize the font, size, color, spacing, and text shadow here too. It's important to note that the styling options you see will only apply based on how you've structured your list in the General tab. So, for example, if you haven't added any headings in your list items, then the heading style section won't have any visible effect. And finally, scroll to the item separator section. This controls the lines that appear between each list item. You can choose the line separator styles. Options include none, solid, dashed, dotted, or double. Then set the line color and adjust the separator size. This thickness setting is responsive, so you can tweak it per device as needed. With these style settings, you have full control over the look and layout of your list, making it easy to match your design, theme, or branding. Let's move on to the Advanced tab. This tab gives you full control over margin spacing, visibility, animation, and custom styling. You can apply margins for each breakpoint, extra large, large, medium, and mobile, giving you precise control over spacing across devices. You can also show or hide the module on specific screen sizes, which is especially useful for mobile optimization or simplifying complex layouts. Entrance animations are available too, allowing you to fade, slide, or bounce elements into view as users scroll. You can also assign a custom HTML element, like a section, article, or div, depending on how you want to structure your content semantically. And if needed, you can apply custom IDs, classes, or inline CSS for advanced styling and targeting. If you're new to these options, don't worry. We've created a separate video that walks you through everything available in the Advanced tab. Once you're happy with how your list looks and functions, click Save. Then click Done in the top right corner, and don't forget to click Publish to apply your changes. And that's all there is to it. Try out the List module and see how easy it is to build flexible, stylish lists on your page.
Thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more helpful tutorials. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. We read every comment and try to answer any questions you have. If you found this video useful, give us a like and consider subscribing. It really helps grow the channel. Please also consider sharing, as we really want to help the Beaver Builder community. For more hints and tips, visit learnbeaverbuilder.com, and we'll see you in the next one.